Uh, Hello here again. My my name is Gatimo Ithaka. I am a civil engineer from Kenya, and I am part of the Roads Up team that is going to be facilitating you through the Mega Campus Bootcamp. I can see some of our team members here, but for now, I know they'll get a chance to introduce themselves later. But for now, I want to shift the focus to our participants or our attendees. First thing is we are really honored and we are happy to have you here. We really honor the opportunity, and also are you guys sacrificing your time to come here and be with us, right? So before I go on, I'd like to hear from you guys. I'd like to hear how you are doing, where you are getting us from. So you could introduce yourself, tell us your name, tell us the country you are in, and also the university that you are studying at. If you'd like, also please tell us the year you are in, and we'll really appreciate that, right? Then the other thing that I'd like to hear from you, I'd like to know, have you interacted with any software before? Are you interested in a particular software? What, what fields of civil engineering would you like to specialize in? Let me get to hear from you. Yeah. Feel free, feel free. Please don't feel shy. Don't shy off.
Hello, everyone.
Don't shy. Hello, hello, Paul.
Yes, my name is Paul. So I am getting you from Dedan Kimathi University. Uh, for me, I'm a graduate student of Dedan Kimathi University. So uh, I, I just, I just got the link and I thought that it is good. I joined the class or I joined the group so that I can get the concept of Civil 3D because that is the software that I have admired to have skill in for some times. But because of one or two disadvantages, I couldn't manage to do that while in school. So I think it is going to be a nice session. Thank you.
Nice, nice. Thank you, Engineer Paul. Welcome to the session, and we are looking forward to clarifying any issues you may have faced with Civil 3D. And we'd also
Hello.
love to guide you through Civil 3D so that you can learn the skill that you've sought after, right?
Okay,
So
thank you.
Hello.
please continue. Hello, Benson.
Yes, can I talk or Paul is not yet done?
He's done. It's your turn
All
now.
right. Thank you. My name is Benson Musioka from the same school, the Dan Kimathi University, but currently in Kiambu. I'm in fourth year. Yes, I'm taking BSc Civil. So on my part, I've been doing AutoCAD. I've done ArchiCAD. I've done Revit. So the software that I desire to learn is the ETABS because after school I need to focus on structural engineering, and currently I'm learning the ETABS, and I'm still doing Revit on the. I'm beginning to do Revit on the structural part because I'm done with the architectural part of Revit. Yeah, I'm looking forward to learning from you guys. Give us what you have.
Super, super. Welcome, Benson, to the community. I think you have a really, really good number of softwares that you've learned at your age, and it's really commendable. So we would be honored if you got to join us so that we can guide you, on the next steps. All right. So for the guys who are requesting for me to allow them to record on their computers, don't worry. The meeting is being recorded, and you're going to access the recording after the session. So you don't need to record this to your computer. Super. So Arnold, you don't have to raise your hand. Just unmute and go on. Arnold, I cannot hear you.
This is Ahmed. Hello. Can you?
I think we may have lost Arnold. Can someone else hear Arnold? Or is the problem on my end? Someone please confirm.
No, we can't hear
Arnold
him.
is breaking. We can't really hear you.
Oh, super. So thank you, thank you. Please continue. Someone else. Someone else. I want to hear from as many people as I can.
My name is Baronji Terry. I am a student of Chambogo. I think this is a very interesting opportunity because it enables us to learn so much at a very subsidized fee, and I hope to gain a lot from it. Personally, I'm interested in Revit structures, because I believe it's the next big thing, because most people have been learning AutoCAD, and from what I've seen so far, very few people are interested in Revit, but I think it's something huge. Yeah.
Super, super. Welcome, Terry. So Terry is from Kiambogo University in Uganda, and we welcome our neighbors to our, to our mega campus bootcamp. So I have heard from the Dan Kimathi, I've heard from Kiambogo University. Please, other universities, feel free to share. Also, if you are from Dedan Kimathi or Kiambogo, I'm not locking you out. Feel free to share as well. So, yeah, anyone who is ready, please take the mic.
Good evening, everyone. I'm John Lovey John. I'm a student at the Technical University of Kenya, currently in my 4th year. I have interacted, or maybe at the moment I'm learning AutoCAD. I have learned Archicad, though it's not something I'm that so interested in because it's mostly for architects. But at the moment I'm learning AutoCAD. I'm an aspiring structural engineer. That's where I would love to specialize, though it's still too early to think about that. But I'm happy to be here.
Super, super. Thank you, John, for joining us tonight. I think you are in the right company. Also, our founder, Engineer James, is an alumni of Technical University of Kenya. So you have your brothers here.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now, Arnold.
Okay, thank you so much. So this is Arnold Cartoons from the University of Dar es Salaam in Tanzania, taking Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, and this is my 4th year and the last year. So I've been using Archicad for architectural drawings, but also for the structure part, I've been using Tekla structures. Also, I've been using Plotter structure, and currently I'm trying my best to learn from Levi. So I'm here to learn more from you, and I really appreciate your efforts. Thank you.
Super, super. Welcome to the Mega Campus Bootcamp, and we are looking forward to guiding you on your journey. So you can see the numbers are still rising, and you are going to continue with the interactive session. I'd like to hear from at least a participant from every university. I have heard from the Dan Kimathi, Kiambogo University, Technical University of Kenya, Dar es Salaam, University of Dar es Salaam, and also, I've heard from those four universities. So I'd like to hear from University of Nairobi,
Hello,
Technical
can you hear
University
me?
of Mombasa. Yes.
Yeah, so my name is Abdikafi Mohammed from Kenyatta University, a 4th-year student. Actually, for my case, I did Archicad when I was in 2nd year. Then I did AutoCAD. I'm still doing AutoCAD. Also did Revit architectural, and now I want to shift into Revit structural. And I think this is the right place to interact with the right people and do more. Thank you.
Super. Welcome Abdikafi to the community. So now KU is represented. Someone else, University of Nairobi, JKUAT, Machakos University, feel free. Egerton,
Hello guys.
hello.
Hello. Yeah,
Hello,
it's
sir.
Calista Samundi Bernard. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, it's Calista Samundi Bernard from Technical University of Mombasa. Yeah, it's just my second year this time. Although for my part, I've not begun the part of the software, but I was just interested to make a good foundation for the way forward. Yeah, I'm happy of you guys. Thank
Super, super. Thank you. No worries. We'll help you get started, and I'm sure we'll get you on the right path to continue learning even more softwares in the future. So feel free, feel welcomed. Again, this bootcamp is beginner friendly. You don't require to have any previous experience working with any software. We are going to cover that for you. All right. So please continue sharing. Feel free to share.
Good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, I'm Anthony Kea. I'm representing Machakos University. I've been in this group for quite some time, but I was away for exams, but I'm now full force. I'm now back again full force to continue with the session. For my case, I think I've done substantive work in Civil 3D, but in the Revit, I'm still very green. So I'm looking forward to learn more from you guys. Thank you.
Super. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Someone else, please continue. I have also not heard from any females. So if you're a female engineer in the room, don't shy off. Don't shy off from sharing.
Hello, my name is Mercy from the University of Nairobi. I am a civil engineer, a first year civil engineering student. I don't have much experience with AutoCAD or ArchiCAD, but okay, I'm on that journey, but I'm looking forward to learning more. Thank you.
Super. Welcome, Mercy. No worries. We will guide you and put you on the, on the right path to master the software of your choice. And it will also act as a good starting point for any software that you may want to learn in the future. So no worries about having no experience. You're in the right, let's say you're in the right community. So someone else, please continue sharing. And then in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to be welcoming Engineer James to take over. So 3 more people, 4 more people, please feel free to share.
Good evening.
Hello, Evans.
Yeah, good evening. I hope it is evening for all of us if we are all in East Africa. So my name is Chune Evans. I'm from the University of Nairobi. I'm currently in 4th year, civil engineering, of course. And I'm so excited to be here and happy. First of all, thanking you, the organizers, for doing this. I mean, bringing universities within East Africa at large. It reminds us of the days that we read of when people would come to Nairobi to the Royal Technical College those days to learn engineering. And now you've brought once again us from different countries. It's really nice. So myself, I'm conversant with AutoCAD. I can say above average, but the rest of the softwares, I'm not quite conversant with them, and I'm excited to learn them. Thank you.
Thank you, Evans. I think you've been in our community before. I could be wrong.
Yeah, you
I
are
think
right.
we've interacted before. Yeah.
Yes.
From the first bootcamp, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Someone else?
Hello,
please
everyone.
continue. Hello.
Hello, I hope you can all hear me.
Yes, we can. Please proceed.
Okay, so my name is Idel Jeji. I'm a student from Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology in my third year doing civil engineering. I've interacted with AutoCAD slightly, not too conversant with it, or I wouldn't say where I want to be. Civil 3D and Revit I am yet to interact with, but that's the reason why I'm here. So I'm eager to see, what can be offered. Yes.
Super. So welcome to the bootcamp, and we'll be happy to guide you on the next steps. Abriga, I think you'll be the last person I'll allow to take on.
Good evening, everyone. This is Joel Aberinga from Chambogo University. I'm glad to be here. I've interacted with AutoCAD, slightly with the ArchiCAD also. I'm glad that I'm going to learn more of Revit. I've been hearing about it, but I've not tried to train on it. So I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Super. Welcome, Joel. So someone from University of Zimbabwe, if I have someone from there, please feel free to share. Represent your country. Anyone from the University of Zimbabwe who is courageous enough to unmute? Anyone? All right, so if I don't have anyone from there who is willing to take on the mic, I will open the session to Engineer James, and then he will lead us on to the next part. So thank you for joining us again, and I'm looking forward to having more interactions with you.
Right. Super. Thank you. Thank you very much, Engineer Gatimu, for starting the session. So please, if you can be able to hear me, give me a 1 in the chat box. Give me a 1 in the chat box. If you can be able to hear me, if you can be able to see me, please give me a 1 in the chat box. We're going to be seeing who is here with us today. Such a fantastic day. Keep good to see you there. I can see you are really wanting to join us, and that's fantastic. You're most welcome. I'm seeing Mr. Lenovo, Mr. Lovey John. I think I've heard from you. Saven, good to see you. Carol, great to see you. Faith Maura, great to see you. Edel, great to see you. There's Mr. Yusa there. Karanja, great to see you. Angel, great to see you. Mr. Admin, Brother Dennis Derry, UK Victoria, Fifi, there's Lois, Antonio Wino. That sounds like a very familiar name to me. Kashaija from Tanzania, good to see you. Oyugi Jason, good to see you. Abi Riga Joe, good to see you. Kennedy Mugai, good to see you. Terry Barugi, good to see you. Tieno Jr., Okeyo Masi, great to see you. I really love it when I hear first years joining such a movement. Jacob, good to see you. Vanessa, good to see you. Paul Engineer, good to see you. Abdi Tafi, great to see you from KU. Daniel, great to see you. And everyone else who is in this meeting, I would like to welcome you very warmly to this very meeting today. It's a pleasure. I want to start with something. When we sat down, I remember it was one afternoon around last month. It was actually on a Monday, and we were having a conversation with the team at Ronsab, and I told them we need to have a boot camp that is bringing 10 universities in Africa. And we're like, we want 10 universities. We really didn't know how this is gonna happen. We didn't know who should be there. But we just decided to work it out. And today I'm super, super, super happy and proud of you, young engineers who are here with us today from the 10 universities that we targeted across East Africa. Evans Jr. has started by saying that the Royal Engineering College was one of the hubs where engineers would go to learn across East Africa. And we are living these times in a digital era where we can still connect across Africa from our own places without necessarily the need to move. So I want to particularly thank you that is here, and most importantly, the student leaders who are very willing to bring this vision to a reality. Our whole purpose at Ronsab is to empower young engineers. And the reason as to why we do this is very simple and easy. I'm a young engineer. I've been on your shoes. I've been where you are. And sometimes when you get to, I remember when I got to that year in doing civil engineering, sometimes I was like, what am I even doing with this engineering? Where is it even going? Am I really even going to finish it? Is it even really worth the effort and the sacrifice? Those are some of the questions that we mostly ask ourselves. But then as you proceed to fourth year and fifth year, the other question that mostly comes is, when I go out there, or rather after school, what's next? After school, what's next? Now, everyone will say, I want to get a job, I want to get employed, I want to work for company XYZ. Now, the next question would be, am I ready for that? For the other part of life that is after school. Now, the last question would be, you can say yes or no, there is no problem. The last question is, do I have what it takes? Do I have the skills? Am I prepared enough for that phase? And that is the question that we are trying to answer for you. For me, when I was in campus, and for many of us, we really didn't have someone to help us answer that question because it is a difficult question. It is a question that can consume a lot of your energy and actually make you lose your direction. But when you have your brothers and your sisters and people who have been down the same road, it becomes a little bearable, it becomes easier, and it is possible for you to see what is ahead. It is actually even more important when you prepare yourself for the journey ahead. And that is basically what this bootcamp is going to help us or to help you achieve. From what I've said, most of you could think that this is probably for people who are in their fourth year or fifth year. But no, this is for anyone who is doing engineering. My brothers and sisters, our purpose at Ronsab is to see you succeed. We are living in a digital era, and we're living in an area, or you happen to be graduating from the university at such an important era. And I want to give you this picture. Probably you might not have thought about it, or probably you have thought about it in this manner. The first thing, engineering requires experience. And for you to probably get from campus directly and get to a very good job, sometimes it's challenging. Some jobs that you see being posted around, you see they ask for experience 5, 4, whatever years those are, whatever those years. Also, engineers who have a lot of experience, especially those who are older, very old, because we see a lot of engineers. I remember someone told me engineering is a club for the old people. They have a lot of experience doing a lot of projects. But that should not discourage you because you're very lucky you are graduating at a prime. I'm calling it the golden age. And this is the reason why it is a golden age. You may not have noticed it, but I want to bring it to your attention. You are graduating from campus at a time when the entire architectural, engineering, and construction sector is undergoing a massive digital transformation. We are in an era where the entire industry is being disrupted and being torn apart. Technology. Engineering and the construction sector is one of the industries that has not been able to fully integrate technology in its entire operations. If you, for example, go for your attachment and go to Ministry of Public Works, Uganda, you will notice that 80% of the engineers there are not even aware of the technologies that are making work easier. They are very traditional. They don't know even some of the things that you know. I am not trying to paint them badly, but that is the reality. And this reality is an advantage that young engineers can be able to leverage and convert it to their advantage. So my brothers and sisters, I want you to know this. You are not disadvantaged. You are not victim. So please remove the victim mentality right now, right here. Secondly, I want you to understand that you are born in the golden age and era when your first language is technology. Your first language is computer systems. And we are now in the AI era. So this is another advantage that is out that is ready and ripe to taken advantage of, be utilized to the best of our ability. So then, what are we doing? I want you to have that at the back of your mind. So then, remove fear and build confidence because you understand your advantage. I'm telling you this because I saw it 5 years away or 5 years back. And within those 5 years, I've been able to move so rapidly within the corporate sector. And we are here with you today because I understood that my advantage is not in the many years of experience that I have. My advantage is to utilize technology and tools to provide solutions that even the senior professionals who have a little bit more experience than myself can depend on. And this is it. And this is it. This is the advantage that you have. I want to give an example. When I reported at Kenya National Highways Authority, I found a lot of very experienced engineers who are already working there, very good at their job, writing great reports. They have experience in that sector. They can supervise works and do all of these things. But as I was moving around, I noticed a gap. And what was the gap? In the entire office, they only had one design engineer. And the design engineer was overwhelmed. So what did I do? I remembered I have computer. And I quickly figured out that he needs help. So I approached him and told him, I'm interested in these things that you do, design of roles, and probably you can teach me and I will help you probably do some of the work that you do. This requires confidence. And it is the confidence we're going to be training you here. So when we are telling you to introduce yourself here, this is your opportunity to teach yourself how to speak and how to be who you are, what you do, why you're here, and why we should consider you in this place. This is what many young engineers cannot do. When Evans was speaking, I could feel a sense of confidence in what he was saying. When Paul Engineer was speaking, I could feel a lot of confidence because he knows what he can be able to offer. So my brothers and sisters, as we go into this mega campus bootcamp, we're going to be focusing on 3 major skills that are primarily important. And I want you to note them down. Everyone is excited about the softwares and all of that. That's fantastic. That's great. Amazing. But I want you to look at it from a different frame. 3 core skills that will make you a super valuable engineer. That even as you are looking for your internship, when you show up in your internship, these are the skills. You already understand the technology is at your advantage. And you're going to be training on you on how to use it, how to present yourself, and how to package all of those. Now, let us break it down into 3 core things. First one, technical skills. Engineering, the bedrock of engineering is the technical skills. So if you're in structures, can you be able to design? Can you be able to even interpret and understand technical drawing? Do you just have an overview of what exactly happens? It's a technical skill for you. Can you be able, at least even if you're not doing the design, because of course the senior engineers are going to do the design, can you be able to do the detailing and the modeling? Can you be able to go a step higher and not use the old AutoCAD method and do it in Revit and give them a 3D super rich model with information? I am telling you for a fact, if in my position, I'm having Joe or Esther or Ian Tibet removing the chunk of detailing my designs from my table. I'm keeping him in my company. So what that has Ian done? He has communicated his value by doing the working out. Technical. Just have 1, 2, 3 technical skills. Because I remember when I reported at Kenya National Highways Authority, the question that I was asked one of the days, let me tell you this, super interesting. You go to these organizations, they are at our institution, we didn't have enough double cabins, those double cabs that carry engineers go to site. So we didn't have enough of them. And we were like, I think we were like 40 something, seated in a group, a bunch, green with reflectors, looking off, all great, super fantastic, smiling. We don't know even what we want to do. So, and when this engineer came and he wanted to pick a few people, he said, hey, there was one double cab. It can only carry 2 people and probably maximum 4. When you in Kenya, we thought that you love each other. And this engineer, what he asked is, today we are going to lay AC. What do you know about AC? That was the question actually. What do you know about laying AC? So we all stepped back because we did not respond. And there was some guy and some lady who responded. And that's it. They were taken. And we were left there the whole day. We sat there like some orphans. And I don't want that to happen to you. So whenever someone asks you what can you be able to do, the first thing for an engineer is the technical skill to know. So you're like, yeah, I can be able to rebuilding or whatever that is in Revit and provide site drawings. Fantastic. At least I'm like, okay, let me see what Esther can be able to do. So that's the first thing that we're going to be coaching. And that's the fundamental one. But for you to be able to do that, you need something extra. This is called the ultimate engineer mindset. So what is the ultimate engineer? Have what is called fixed mindset. What is a fixed mindset? Fixed mindset is where you see problems for problems. You see everything everyone as anything to blame except yourself. You are the kind of person who keeps wishing and hoping. You do nothing to take action. You don't reframe problems. You are not ready to do the work. And I'm telling you for a fact, it's important to teach yourself how to work now. Work is not just working. You need to work smart. You need to understand how do you approach problems? How do you think like an engineer? How do you approach problems? Because the job of an engineer is problem solving. So you need to build that mindset early on before even you graduate. Because I'm telling you for a fact, you're going to stand up when you go out there. I am out here. I have met graduates, and I know the difference having a growth mindset can do for you. So you see problems as opportunities for you to showcase your problem solving, your innovativeness in handling that situation. You are leaving from campus not looking for a job. You are leaving campus looking for a place to apply your skills and give them your expertise. In the ultimate engineer mindset, you also understand what you have much now is your time, your energy, and your ability to learn rapidly. That is all encompassed in the ultimate engineer mindset. So if I am talking to Abraham, hello, today, what do I want to have from Abraham if I was hiring him today? I know Abraham is not going to take my project and make them a success. What do I want from him? I want his ability to think in a way to solve problems. I want Abraham to commit his time and energy in a way that is productive to help me achieve my organization's goals. I want Abraham to be super disciplined, not giving me excuses every day. Abraham is late every day. Abraham did not deliver job every day, and he is always an excuse other than himself taking accountability. The ultimate engineer mindset also teaches you that it is ultimately your responsibility and yours only to make your career count, to make your life valuable. And this is what we're going to be doing with you. And I am going to take the lead to walk through that path. In the last 1 year, we have earned 1,000 engineers pass through Rhodes Hub. 10 of them have been super outstanding and they today work at Rhodes Hub. And one of them is Gatimo, who has been talking to you every day, graduated last year from JQuat. He is the one who has put together this bootcamp to bring you together today. There are people who see problems and they provide solutions. There is no single day I've called Gatimo to remind him that they need to do. I was actually sitting somewhere from another meeting and I told him, what is the plan? What do I need to do? I was giving it. These are the people we find valuable. I want you to be that. I don't mean at Ronsa, but in every organization. When your mindset is about providing value, offering value, then value comes back to you. I'm going to be gifting the team and the entire team some fantastic gifts because of the work they do, because they have brought value and then value shall be given to them. So even as you prepare to go out, and as even you prepare to go for your internships, because I know almost 70% of you are going for internships. I want you to ask yourself, as you are coming for internship at this place, what value are you offering them? Don't report there until you figure that out. And if you persistently take part in this bootcamp, will help you do it. You know what is the end result? You get retained. You get recalled. You get referred to places. I've never applied for a job. I'm not bragging. I've never applied for a job. I'm not aiming to apply for one. Why? Every space I go, provide value. Now, the other thing is leadership. I want you to understand and take the responsibility that you are leaders. So you are not followers here. Everyone here is a leader. So what do we expect of you? Example. Now think of it, what you are expecting from the chairman or the president of your engineering association. You expect him to provide, you expect him to show you the way, you expect him to give opportunities to his people. So I want you to think about it in this other way. What if you took that responsibility and for others? How great this world would be, ladies and gentlemen. When we assume self-leadership, when we assume the responsibility of leading ourselves and leading others, the world and this journey will become better for all of us. It is because of the leaders of your various universities that you are here today. I was meeting Dana. Actually, Dana reached out to me from Technical University of Kenya. It is the kind of leadership we want. I see her hosting coffee accounts, I don't know, coffee and code, and all of those things. So imagine if when all of us in this bootcamp decided that we are building each other, what would we not achieve? Like brothers and sisters. So that is the ultimate engineer mindset. That is who we are, and that is what we're gonna embody throughout this program. The last one is networking. You are meeting people from various universities. You are looking for attachments. You don't know, Dushane could be having some attachment opportunities or whatever in their places, and he hasn't, nobody has asked him. Networking is very important. So know people. As we'll be bringing you together, know people from other universities. Know how do they think. How do they solve problems? Because we're going to be seeing you that. Look, we're going to be seeing how each one of you approaches problems in this program. Communication. Can you communicate clearly and concisely? Can you say who you are, what you're good at, and what value are you bringing on the table? And what exactly do you want? So look, you are all looking for internships. Assume Ronsab is offering internships. I don't mean we are offering. We met, or you just called me. And if you told me I am looking for internship, of course, I'm like, everyone tells me that. How can you catch my attention? It is only telling me the value that you bring at Ronsab and the what exactly you want. Start with the value. Who are you? Who are you? What are your skills of value? And then what do you want? And it is like, yeah, that's it. That's someone I'm looking for. So, my dear people, that's basically a summary of what we're going to be looking at. The idea is we're going to expose you to new ways of thinking, preparing yourself for the career world ahead. Of course, over and above getting the art skills of course, we have 2 tracks at the moment. In the tracks is basically the highway, those who are already taken the transportation sector, or rather the transportation elective. We're going to be taking you through that. And also for those of us who are going into the structures, that is also the other one, the other track that is available for you. I know all of you are looking at building information modeling, AI, and all of these other models. It's good, they are amazing. But I always tell people, you cannot start running before you crawl. So at least get these fundamentals and the basics now. And then, for example, if you're very good, you want to focus on building information modeling, then you can be able to build it up. If you get very good in Revit, Civil 3D, and those other software, InfraWorks, Tekla, and all of those, then you can be able to build on top of that slowly by slowly. Because CAD is like the basic, the foundation here, and then you're building those other things on top of it. And it's always fantastic. You're going to get to that point. I want you to be patient with yourself, put in the work, discipline, be open to ask questions. This forum is yours. I mean, I am only speaking today. Going forward, it's going to be your forum for you to talk, for you to engage with us, for you to ask us questions. I know so much. Everyone here knows a lot of knowledge. You also know a lot of things, but it's until someone triggers it, that we can probably be able to give all of this information that we have. So my brothers and sisters, what I'm asking of you through this bootcamp, I want you to be curious. I want you to be ready to learn. I want you to be ready to be guided. And most importantly, be ready to work. And this is what I tell everyone who is joining our trainings. We don't want to brag about 200, or how many are you here? 90 people joining the program. We want to be happy that 80 people really completed the program after doing the work. We are not in the business of selling certificates. So anyone that is probably the end goal is a certificate, I don't think that is the right space for you. We are going to offer the certificates, but it is not the end goal. The end goal is the skill. It would be very shameful if you came to look for a job at my organization and you are showing me a certificate of the things you cannot actually do. It's how are you going to explain it? It's a shame. You will be very ashamed. Actually, you will not be even confident enough to show it. So I want you guys, you are super energetic, you are talented, you're smart, you can be able to learn quickly. So I want you to do exactly that. So I want to go straight into the routines and training systems that we're going to be having in this program. Number one is the trainings are going to be carried out online. It's an online training. We are making arrangements to see how we can have at least one. We are making arrangements to see that we can be able to host in one of the campuses, just to have a quick gathering, and then probably spend the day doing the workshop. So should you, for example, be having ways and ideas on how we can make that a reality, so please let me know. We're going to be using Zoom as we are doing now. All the recordings shall be provided and they will be accessible to you throughout. So all of you will be having the access to the recordings, class recordings, so that you can refer to them even after you go back to school, just for practice and refining your knowledge. The classes will be starting at 8 p.m., just like we have done right today, same time. And the sessions will be running, Timo, please remind me, the sessions will be running
on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday.
Yes, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. The reason as to why we have spaced them in that manner is so that you have time to practice. You'll be working in teams. And for example, of course, if you have your friends, because you are colleagues, it's good if you work together with them so that also you can be able to brainstorm. So the program structure is, of course, what I say, in 2 tracks, one doing transportation or highway engineering, and the other one doing structural. So for structure, they're going to be using Revit. We are going to provide the softwares for you. And of course, the computer specifications. I'm going to invite one of the team members here so that he can speak about the computers, so that also you prepare for the same. The commitment that we have, please note that, as I have said, for example, for the design project, we're going to be working on, I think it's a 4-kilometer project road for those who are doing roads or using Civil 3D. So we are going to design a Civil 3D project, or rather a road project from scratch all the way to completing, just like it is done in institutions like in other institutions. Like for example, Kenya National Highways Authority and all of that. Like it's how the industry, it's done in the industry. So that even as you're going for the internships, you'll be like, yo guys, I'm a Batman, I know these things, I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. That's what we're gonna be doing with you. For those of us who are doing structures, you're gonna be modeling, detailing, and producing sheets and drawings for it's a 3-story structure. I think engineers already shared it with you. So that's what you're gonna be doing. That's the capstone project. We're gonna be doing it slowly, every day, every day, every day, every day, and eventually we'll have it. What I am asking of you is please allow yourself to be guided and you will succeed. Just be humble. Learning requires a lot of humility. I know you guys are humble, you're smart, you're already in your learning phases, you are very energetic, you have a bit of time in your hands, and I know you're gonna make this a success. Even if you're a first year, no worries. This one, I know the one for the roads. We want to include everyone. We want to include everyone. We want to include everyone. So if already you are here, we don't want to eliminate you. I know some of the things may take you some time to understand, but then also in our delivery, we'll make it. We'll try to make it. We understand where you're coming from. We have already been there, so we'll try to make it as easily understandable as possible for you people. The payment, the fee, of course, we would really have loved to make this program free for you, because we understand there is no major source of income. It's probably your savings and probably your parents who are already paying for you, or probably from your own means. But also we have an investment from our side. For example, this Zoom that we are having here is going to be paid for. The licenses are going to be paid for. And so we thought it would be very, very fair to subsidize it to $20 for people. I don't know, $20. Gatimu, what did you agree with your people? I just don't want to misquote.
It was $20 for those outside Kenya and 2,000, which equates to $20 for those inside Kenya. Or for
Yeah,
Kenyans.
fantastic. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I really wanted to make sure that I don't misquote. And I also don't go out of the agreement that you had with Gatimu. So it's 2,000 for Kenyans and $20 for people outside Kenya. That is for those other people, because that's the currency. We are going to convert it to equivalent currency. It is payable immediately. That is from tomorrow. We're going to be sharing ways to pay. Once you pay, we are going to onboard you. We'll be using Telegram as our main learning platform, so that we can be able to start on 9th of June. So we have also made sure that you have sufficient time for you to look for the funds, to prepare, and probably ask your parents. We're going to be giving you certifications, so you worry not. In the coming cohorts, we are looking for sponsors. who can be able to sponsor just for the small running cost, and then we will sacrifice our effort and time to train you for free. This is not a promise, but pray for us so that also we can get sponsors so that they can do this for you. So when we get sponsors, we want to do it in your various campuses. So we'll do one university, another one, another one, another one, another one. So we'll be able to visit all of these. So thank you very much. Please, I think that is all I have. The certificates are out-of-date certificates of completion. They are recognized worldwide. I know Chune and some other people. I saw there was someone who was going to Algeria. I saw some others who want to go to work in Europe, China. This certificate is recognized throughout the world, so you don't have to worry about anything. So thank you. I think also I will be inviting some guests. I think there is someone who is unmuted. I will be inviting some guest speakers so that they can teach us about preparing our CVs as we go for our internships. They can be telling us about communication. They can be telling us about personal branding. And I saw him here. Where is that gentleman? He's from Nigeria. I saw him here. I will be also having guests who will be speaking about the future of building information modeling. And this is mostly going to happen on Saturdays. So every Saturday, of the 3 Saturdays that will be together with you, we will have 3 guests who can be able to mentor you and teach you on different aspects. So that is basically my submission. Unless there is a question that you think I would like to, you would like me to respond to, right here, right now, before I invite the technical specialist so that he can advise you on how you're going to get the softwares, the kind of computers that you may probably need for the program, and also the internet that you need to make this program success. So I am open to any
Excuse me.
question. Yes, please.
So my question is, if we are paying for the training 2,000 shillings for Kenyans, and I think $20 for those outside Kenya, that is 2,600. So my question is, if we pay the 2,000 and then you select a venue, let's say, for example, the University of Nairobi, if I include that value of traveling and the value that I've already paid for a comrade, is a lot of money. So I need an answer on that or clarification on that, please. Thank you.
So you would prefer just to have online? You don't? Okay. I think there was a misunderstanding there. Let me clarify. The program will be done online from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Some of the students and suggested that we can have 1 or 2 days where we meet physically. So it is a suggestion. We don't mean that we'll be doing physical training, sir. Is that clear now?
Yes, thank you, sir. I wanted to confirm that.
Thank you. That's fantastic. And I like your confidence. Thank you very much. Anyone else with any question? I'm very open to answer before now we talk about the softwares. Great.
Hello.
I knew you guys as yes, please.
Yes, my question is now.
Let me know your name first. I would like to know
Okay,
your
my
name.
name
We
is
said
Paul.
you introduce yourself. Yeah.
All right, my name is Paul. Again, I was doing studies at Dedan Kimathi, and that is where I found the link. So my question is, now for me, I have added be a little bit of architectural and structural. Actually, I've been working in a certain company, but it collapsed because of 1 or 2 reasons. But now for me, I was thinking if I can get some more information on Revit structures and also civil engineering 3D at the same time. Is it possible?
So you cannot do these 2 programs at the same time because they are progressing. And also the workload is quite significant. It's good to take one thing at a time. The two sessions will be running concurrently. So I mean, Monday, 8 p.m., when Revit is happening, also Civil 3D is happening. So it could be quite a disadvantage.
All right. So for those who are doing structures, just to seek for the clarification, for those who are doing structures, for example, I am in a group that is doing structures. Can I access the link for the group doing transport? Maybe I can take time.
No, we don't want to bring that. No. You choose one track. We are going to have another boot camp when now you can switch the options.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. One thing at a time. Thank you. Who is the next person? Any question? Fantastic. So thank you. I'm going to let Gatimo, because we'll be having a team that will be mentoring you and guiding
Yes.
you throughout this. Yes, please.
Thank you for the insights. My name is Clinton Osebe.
Yes, Clinton.
I want to make an inquiry. You've been in the
Yes.
industry for quite some while. So you
Yes.
talked about certification. Let's say if someone knows the skill from somewhere but doesn't have the certificate, can the person do the job well, or is supposed to have a certificate for them to do the thing?
So you are talking about now working out there.
Yes.
You can rephrase your question one more time so that I make sure I got you right.
Okay. Take a scenario. You've gone to the industry. You've learned Civil 3D, you've learned Revit, you got the skills, but you don't have the certification. You don't have a certificate to show that you got the skills. How do people go about it in the job market?
That's an interesting question. Thank you. The essence of a certificate is just to show the evidence that there is evidence of what you claim. But currently, we have another method of doing stuff, which is using a portfolio. So portfolio is a place where you showcase your work. So if you don't have the certificates for those skills, you can be able to use the portfolio to showcase your work. So if you show me a project and you tell me this is my portfolio, my name is Clinton and this is my portfolio. Mostly actually, most of the new jobs now, they ask for them. And also people want to see what you can be able to do. So that gives you an advantage. But at the same time, certifications is a good thing to just be a rubber stamp to confirm the authenticity of what you do. It also tells us that you've been trained by authentic people and people who already have expertise in that field. I would advise, yes, you have the skill, but find a way, one or two ways here and there to get the certificate, even if it means to do a refresher course. I don't know whether I answered you well.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Clinton. Any other question before I move to the next phase, please? Let me know. Oh, let me look at the chat box. Yes, please, Maureen.
For I've heard you mention Civil 3D and Revit. Do you have other courses like AutoCAD, like you train, or it's just that?
Yes, we do. It's only that now for this bootcamp we only planned for 2. If we have other programs for different other softwares, please. Thank you. Actually, AutoCAD. I know many people have been asking for AutoCAD. We should include it. Let me talk to the team and see what we can do.
Okay, thank you.
Any other? Okay, Maureen, fantastic. Thank you. Great to hear from you. Someone else? This is your space, guys. All those simple questions. We want to remove the anxiety and make sure that everything is super clear. Let me look at the chat box. Probably someone is speaking to me. Aha, this is a good question. How long does the program run? The program is going to run for 3 weeks. For 3 weeks. For 3 weeks. Yes, Jacob. You can speak, please.
I have heard you talking about private.
Mm-hmm.
Could you explain it?
Sorry?
I'm saying I have
Mm-hmm.
heard you talking about AutoCAD and the
Mm-hmm.
private.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very aware about AutoCAD, but
Mm-hmm.
on the side of private, I'm not very
Mm-hmm.
aware about it. Could you mind to explain more about it to me?
Yes. I'll do that. Thank you. So the next phase, that is what we are covering. I would like to Gatimo so that he can take us through the course outline and the contents of what we're going to be covering. So Gatimo, please, are you ready?
Hello,
Gatimo?
Ange.
Yes.
Hello, Ange. So I'm
Yes.
ready, but before we go into the course outline,
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be good if we showed the participants what the two softwares do so that they can have a picture in their mind, right? So
Yes, absolutely.
I think you could take on Civil 3D. Then as I open the two course outlines, I will take them through Revit and then the course outline.
Okay, great. I think that's good. Let me just do that right away. So that's with that question. Okay, great. Uh-huh. How long does the course run? Laptop specifications? Yes, great. Those are great questions. So I'm opening the software so that we can look at some of the things that we're going to be doing with you people. So allow me to just introduce you to the software. I'm going to be sharing my design. Gatimu, if you are ready before me, you can let me know.
Just a moment. Mine is also.
Yes, please. Anyone with a question?
I can present on the technical aspects as you're preparing, if that's okay, engineer.
Yes, that's okay.
All right.
So.
Yes.
I was thinking about the valuation of the course. You've said it's $2,000 for the whole course.
Yes.
Yes, and I was thinking, can't we put the valuation to the certificate? Because okay, for some people they might really want to do the course, but they don't have the money, or you can place it in installments or something that can be more convenient for the students. Like maybe it should not be once. Maybe you can put it like installments, maybe weekly, or maybe after the course is already done, maybe in 4 weeks, an installment of 500 shillings or so that can be raised by many people.
We'll consider that and give a direction on that. But
Okay.
one thing is we cannot tie it to the certificate. Okay, great. Wesley, are you ready to take us through the computer specifications?
Yes, I'm ready.
Please share your screen.
Right. Can you see my screen? Can somebody kindly confirm they can see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you. Wesley Ninziana. I'm a civil engineer in Kenya. I'm with part of the road sub team, and I'll be taking you through the technical requirements for you to have a successful experience, a successful learning experience. So there are 3 aspects that you're going to need to achieve your success, and that is you're going to need the hardware and you're going to need the software. But also in between that, we need to communicate. So we'll also talk about the communication bit. So for you to be able to get the directions, instructions, get to practice, and at least come out with an output, these 3 things should be able to communicate. So what's the first aspect? When it comes to communication, we are doing this virtually. So I'm assuming that everyone is good on this aspect. If you're not able to hear me or you're not able to communicate back to us, it means you have a challenge with internet connection or something in that line. But I'm confident that the fact that we are able to do this tonight means that you're good. But just to pass this information to your colleagues, make sure you have at least the minimum bandwidth that we need is at least 5 MBs per second. I know universities normally give you free Wi-Fi and you can utilize that. Since this program will be taking place at night, that is from 8 p.m. to around 10, you can just make arrangement to at least have stable, reliable internet so that you can be able to attend the classes, ask questions, and share information and data at the same time. So that's with the communication bit. When it comes to the hardware, the most important part or the most important aspect is your processor, because these softwares do a lot of computation, and for you to be able to run them smoothly, your processor should be able to do that. And what we normally recommend is you check that the best clock speed should be at least 2.5 gigahertz, 2 to 9 gigahertz. The recommended is 3, but I'm also aware, very much aware that a 3 gigahertz processor for students, if you have this, I must come talk to you on the side. Yeah, they are quite expensive, and they're not really available. So you'll just work with what you have. But working with what you have means that you at least what you should have is something. If you're having a generation, okay. I'm talking to you guys assuming that you know these things. So let me dial it a bit back a bit. I want to show you something to do with the task manager. You go to your task manager here, just right click on the bar, go to the task manager, sorry. Once that is open, you'll have a window like this one. If you're using Windows 10, this dialog box will be on top. If you're using on Windows 11, this dialog box will be where it is, like on my side. So you can go to performance, and the PC that I'm using tonight, these are the specifications for the processor that I'm having. So You can see we are having, this is an i5. The first number represents the generation. It's a 7th generation. This represents architecture. This represents the power consumption. So which means this laptop just consumes the minimum. And you find that the minimum best clock speed that I have is 2.5, which means this one can run any software that is from Revit, Civil 3D. AutoCAD is a very low tier. AutoCAD, ArchiCAD, they're not that power hungry compared to the two. So this one means it can run those softwares. And you can check that the best clock speed for this one is set at 2.7, but it can drop to 2.5. And as you use your software, you'll realize that your speed will keep on increasing and increasing. If you can meet the base, it's okay. Now, the reason why I'm making this presentation here, I want you to check on your side. If your PC is not an i5, because what I'm using is what I consider the minimum, you'll have trouble. Yes, you can install the software, granted, but once we start working, you realize that you get stuck most of the time. So if you're having an i3, that one can run AutoCAD, but when it comes to Revit or Civil 3D, you'll really, really struggle because the processing power is really limited. So if you're having a Pentium, Centurion, an i3, kindly consider talking to your friend or your colleagues. You see if you can get their laptop for 1 or 2 weeks, or is it 3 weeks for the program, and then you give it back for that scheduled time. The other aspect that I want you to check, make sure your generation is not less than, let me say what, 6th. I'll allow the 6th generation to be the last generation to be considered. If you're having a 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, if you still have a 2nd generation, you're going to really struggle. Even the one having the 6th generation, unless they have a good best clock speed, they'll struggle. So if you can get something that is, ensure your PC is at least an 8th gen going forward, 8th, 10th, 11th. Right now we're doing a 14th gen. So you can see it's just right in the middle. They start getting obsolete. And that's all about the processor. The other aspect is the memory, or what you could normally call the RAM. The minimum required is 8 gigs, but that is the minimum required, 8 gigs. If you're having anything less than 8, yeah, you can make arrangements to upgrade it to at least, if you're having 4, I know you have another slot that you can upgrade, get another 4 and add it, get it to 8. Then the recommended is at least 32, but if you're having at least 8, it should be good. Should be good for the program. Now, the reason why I started with the processor is because for the processor, if it doesn't meet the requirements, there's nothing you can do. Yeah, unless you have that modulated PC desktop that we build it. And if you're having that, it means you already meet the minimum. If you're having a laptop, there's nothing you can do. You just have to get another one. But for the memory, you can always upgrade or downgrade as needed. For the storage, at least just have something greater than what? 250, or even if you're having 100 gigs, make sure you have sufficient storage to install the software. That one will be good enough. To install Revit, it occupies at least 17 gigs. For Civil 3D, it occupies around 14 gigs. I don't know if I can show you that here right now. Control panel. Yeah, let me show you. So you see, I'm having Civil 3D here, and you can see what's occupying is around 15.7 gigs of storage. For Revit, I'm occupying around 14. Is because I rarely use it. That's why it's still at 14. But once you get in the other plugins and whatnot, you realize that size starts ballooning as you go. So I just ensure you have at least 50 gigs free of storage when it comes to installing and running the software. And that will cover the processor and the memory and the storage. For the display, this is just for the high end, what is recommended, but I know I'm sure whatever you have will be sufficient enough. You don't need a graphics card or a display card. That one is just for the high end, but just ensure that you have at least this space for one software, 15 gigs free. So if you're intending to have them both, make sure you have at least 45 gigs free. And the most important thing on the hardware, yeah, the MVP is the mouse. Make sure you have a mouse that is a pointing device. It's a very small tool, but when it comes to CAD or computer-aided design, without it, you'll struggle a lot. Yeah, I know. I'm aware that in the future we'll be using stylus and whatnot to do it. As we move into augmented reality, we'll be also be able to just use our physical hands. But that future is not near. For now, we'll have to struggle with this pesky small accessory called a mouse. So make sure you have it. Don't design using the touchpad for those who will be having laptops. Make sure you have a mouse accompanying you. For those having desktops, I know, yeah, you have it by default. And then we come to the software. On the software part, we normally lay the bedrock first. So that means the operating system. Once you have the operating system, then we can install our software on top. And make sure you update your Windows. If you're having Windows 10, just make sure you update it to at least version 1809. If you're having Windows 11, you should be good. I can take this moment to note that those having MacBooks, it will be a challenge for you to install either AutoCAD. Let's just say for AutoCAD, you still have it. Civil 3D and Revit, they were not developed to be used on iOS or the Macintosh operating system. So for you to get around that, you'll have to create a Windows 7 environment. And I'm sure if you're having a MacBook, you know how to do that, the Bootcamp and whatnot, to create a Windows environment. Then you can install in that Windows environment and utilize the software. And after that, yeah, you get to install your Revit software or your Civil 3D software for that matter. And that will be it. You'll be done. Any question with regards to the technical aspect of your machines? Let me check the chat box as well. Yeah, the reason processors are good, just check the clock, the base clock speed. Should be good. I've seen someone asking that. No, someone is asking here, for those who have cracked versions, how do you go about it? You're a student. And I normally say this, sometimes you might be privileged until that privilege is taken away from you. Then you realize that you are privileged. You are students. And the policy with Autodesk is, as long as you are a student, you are given access to this software for free for the entire period that you'll be a student. So imagine if you are joining first year and you're going to graduate after 5 years, it means you have access to all the latest and the greatest software for a period of 5 years. And that period, that time is enough for you to learn. So forget about the cracks and whatnot. Just use your student license. You'll get the best and you'll have good experience. And then we have someone that is Mercy. What about the past years and some of the things to ahead? Okay, I think Engineer James will address this, but what I can say is what we talk about in these classes, yes, it might be new. It might be a concept you've never heard of, but the same will apply when you'll be learning those things in class. So just think of it like learning ahead, right? Some of the terms you might not get them right. Some of the computation you might not get it right now. Note it down. But when you'll be talking to your lecturer, when your lecturer will be taking you through that, you'll be able to know what are the questions, what are the real questions that I'm supposed to ask. At least you'll have an idea of what they'll be talking about. So worry not, you'll be way, way, way fine. And then someone, Gigi, asked, they can use virtual. I think, yeah, for MacBook guys, they can use virtual as well, or they can create an environment depending on how you use it. You're good with that. And then, okay, PDF of what? Of the technical requirements? That can be arranged. I'll ensure to give the same to the team so that they can share. And then Terry is asking, will we be able to use these softwares even after training? Yes, just like I said, you're students and you're going to have access to this software until you graduate. Until you graduate, you'll have access to all these softwares, and not just AutoCAD, Civil 3D, Revit, but also other ranges that are available in that suite. So take advantage of you being a student, grab that privilege, and maximize on it. Because the moment you will cease to be a student is when you'll appreciate you'll appreciate that you are privileged. Right. Unless there's any other question. I don't know, should I move on to get him? Kindly advise, should I move on to how they create the accounts?
Hello, Ange. I think due to the interest of time, we can cover that in the next session.
It's all right.
Hello.
All right, thank you.
Hello.
Yes, Paul.
Yes, my question is, now that is somebody like me, I am not in school, and maybe I would like to use the software which is license based, and now I will be paying for the class, and now I am not a student. How will we go about it?
Okay, that's a very interesting question. If you are a student, if you're not a student, I don't know. Captain Gatim will advise on that. And Jacob, you're drawing on our screens. So Captain Gatim will advise on that. But when it comes to the software, I think we can talk on the side and see how we can help you, get you situated for the training. Though, if you're not a student, I cannot guarantee that you'll have the software for the entire period. After the training period is done, we'll give you a grace period of 1 week. Then we'll take our license back because we have to give it to someone else. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yeah. All right. But we can talk and see how we can get you situated. All right. Any other question before I hand over the session to Gatima? All right. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for listening to me, Gatima. Back to you.
Super. Thank you, Engineer West, for the good presentation. Also, thank you to the participants who asked questions. So we are going to go into the next part of this meeting, where I'm going to be sharing the course outline. We'll briefly go through it, and then we'll get to end this meeting due to the interest of time. But remember, this is one of the 3 meetings that we're going to be having. So we're going to have 2 more information sessions before we kick off the bootcamp on the 9th of June. That is in about 2 weeks. All right. So just before I go into the course outline, I had already opened my software. So in the next meeting, we are going to be going through how or what each software does and how different they are from each other. I know there are a lot of people who may not know the difference with how probably Revit works for structures and also what they can do with AutoCAD for structures. So we'll get to sort that out in the next session, and we'll provide the dates and also the link for that. So worry not, okay? So for now, let's shift our focus to the course outline. I'm going to cover the course outline for the Civil 3D and for the Revit course. All right. So as Engineer James had stated earlier, these two tracks will be as Engineer James had stated earlier, these two tracks will be running concurrently. That is, they will be on the same day and they will be on the same time, all right, or happening at the same time. So on Monday, the people who go through the Civil 3D track will have a class at that particular time. And also, for those in the Revit class, will also be having an ongoing class. So to avoid a lot of chaos and also to avoid making this training too heavy for you, we decided that it would be better if once you choose a track, you stick to it to the end. And then in the other upcoming trainings, you'll get the chance to choose other tracks. All right. So we're going to start with a kickoff meeting before 9th. That is on the 6th of June. And this kickoff meeting is just to ensure that you are comfortable in our learning platform, to ensure that everyone who has committed to the bootcamp has actually gotten the software, and also they can navigate through our learning platform smoothly. All right. And then once everyone is settled in, for those in Civil 3D, they will get to interact with Civil 3D. They'll have a user Civil 3D interface tour plus 2D drafting, where they are going to be drafting a box culvert. All right. And then on Wednesday, they're going to go through practical engineering survey plus existing ground modeling. So what usually happens on site is that we have surveyors, engineering surveyors, who collect data, and this data includes the elevations and the location of different elements on the Earth's surface. All right. So this data shows how elements are accurately, found on the world's surface in matters of latitude and longitude. I know you're quite familiar with that. And then we'll show you how you get to analyze that and use it for your highway design. All right. And then every week, at the end of every week, we're going to be having a feedback session where we get to go through all that was covered through that week. And also we're going to be bringing some guests just to talk about a few things like leadership and also creating your CVs so that you can prepare to transition to the working world, right? Then in the second week, it will be about design of the horizontal alignment and super elevation modeling. So I won't go into the depths of this. We're going to cover that once we get into the course. So this is just to familiarize you with the days of training and the topics that you're going to be covering. All right. This is also to show you that the course has been well thought out and broken down into simple, manageable chunks that you can work on as you work towards the final product. And then if you go through all the steps, you're going to have a very good understanding and you're actually going to be in a position to work on a real life project. All right. Then in the final week, it is going to be about corridor modeling, creating cross sections. Then you're going to have a plan and production session where you get to transfer all that you have had on paper or all that you have on your software into a PDF sheet that you're actually going to use to communicate with the guys on site, the contractors and everyone who is going to be involved in actualizing that project. All right. And then we are going to finally have a graduation ceremony for everyone. Okay. So that is that with regards to Civil 3D, the course outline. I'll share the course outline in all the groups so that you can get to go through them slowly and also at your own pace. Also remember the groups are not closed. They are not for us to communicate only. You can also share your thoughts if you need any clarification, if you have any questions, please feel free to raise them in the WhatsApp groups and our captains will get back to you promptly. All right. So that is that with Civil 3D. then I will go to the Revit training schedule. So remember, the classes are at the same time, the same days. All right. So for the people in Revit, we are going to start with the Revit interface tour and also an introduction to BIM-oriented workflows for structures. Right. Then you're going in the second class, you're going to have structural modeling and annotation and creating annotations for the different models. Then you are going to have a feedback session. Then in the second week,
Sorry, engineer.
the second week will be hello.
Hello, engineer. Sorry to cut you short. Are you presenting your screen?
Are you presenting?
I should have been
your
presenting my screen. Sorry for that. Thank you, engineer.
Yeah, it's okay.
Super. Sorry for that. So I'll continue with what I have for Revit at the moment, and then we are going to continue. I'm going to go through the Civil 3D course briefly. Okay. So for those who will choose the Revit track, in the first week, we are going to have a kickoff session on the 6th of June, and this will be to onboard everyone into the learning platform, ensure everyone has settled in, they have the right resources, and they also know the right people or the roads up team that they are going to be working with. All right. And then on Monday, we are going to, it's going to be all about Revit interface tour and BIM workflows. So the first session, also for Civil 3D, will be to familiarize you with the software, right? You cannot work with a software that you do not know where the tools are or you don't know your way around it. So you have to make sure you are comfortable with it, and then we'll proceed into the next parts. So it's going to be followed by structural modeling and annotation, and then a feedback session. So the feedback session is usually pretty unique to us, and it's a really important part of our training. In this session, you get to present your work, share the challenges that you may have faced as you worked on your project. Also, if you have unique questions that may come up that may have come up in the line, in your practice, you can get to ask them here, and the captains will get to help you solve them in real time. All right. Then the second week will be all about reinforcement modeling and annotation. So you can see you're going to start with the foundations, then the beams and columns, and then another feedback session on Saturday. So I hope you are noting, all classes will be on Monday. Our classes will be on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, right? And the time of training will be 8 p.m., 10 p.m. East African time. Super. So in the third week, we are going to do RIBA modeling for the slabs, and then we are going to create schedules. The good thing or the best thing about working with Revit is its automation with documentation. So once it comes to creating schedules, creating bar-bending schedules, and creating also the structural drawings, it's pretty automated, and it makes it easier for you to transfer that into paper. Then we are going to finish off with roof modeling and some truss detailing, and then followed by the graduation. So that's the 3 weeks in Revit. Okay. So I had gone through the Civil 3D track without showing you how the course outline looks like. So we are going to briefly go through it. So it starts on the same day, same time. We are going to have the kickoff meeting, one kickoff meeting for all of us. And then on Monday, that's when you're going now to have different sessions. So the guys in Revit will be having their own Revit interface tour, and those in Civil 3D will be having their class in Civil 3D interface tour plus 2D drafting. Okay. Then on Wednesday, it's going to be about the practical engineering survey and existing ground modeling, followed by the feedback session. Then second week will be about designing the horizontal alignment and super elevation modeling. I'm sure for my guys in second, third year going upwards, you may have interacted with some of these elements and they may sound familiar, okay? Something that I should note, I think it was raised by Engineer Mercy from Hook, if it's suitable for people who are in first year and they are yet to cover a lot with regards to engineering. So I think it's really suitable for you. And I think it's good that you are starting earlier. You're going to be introduced to these concepts in a very practical way. And once you get to cover them in theory, you're going to get a very good understanding of what you're learning because you can already picture them and you will already have an idea of how dangerous or the repercussions that would come up if you do not design certain elements as they should be designed. All right. So also don't worry about it being too complex for you. These concepts are broken down really into really small chunks that build up on each other, and they won't be too much for you to swallow. All right, or to chew. So again, Wednesday will be about vertical alignment design and the feedback session as usual, once every week. All right, then in the final week, we are going to be doing corridor modeling and creating cross sections, and then plan and production, and finally, one graduation for all of us. All right, so remember, I will share this. Please ensure you are muted. So remember, I will share these training schedules in the WhatsApp groups. Get to go through them. If you have any questions or if you need any clarifications, please raise them in the group and we'll get back to you. We will also reshare some of the outputs from each software, from Revit and for Civil 3D, so that you can get a feel of what the end product looks like, and also to raise your curiosity so that you can choose the track that may interest you. Okay, so also remember, you're going to go to dive deeper into what you are going to be doing, in what each software does in the next session. So please feel welcomed for that. Also, if you have your friends that you think this would be ideal for them, I know if you think it would be beneficial for them as well, please invite them to a session, let them listen in, and then they will decide for themselves if they would like to participate. All right, so unless there's a question, I'd like to adjourn the meeting at this point, and then we'll communicate further in the group. So unless there's a question, anyone with a comment, I'll be adjourning the meeting at this point. Pardon?
Kindly, I would like to know the processor specification for the computer to be used, or for the laptop to be used. One more, please. One more time.
Okay, so Wes, will you take that, or would you prefer to share the PDF in the WhatsApp channels?
I will share the PDF, and maybe if I take his case right now.
Yeah.
What are you having? What are you having for yourself for the training? I presume you already have a laptop, so I'm asking, what do you have currently?
Mine is 11th gen, and it's 2.4, 2.42 GHz.
Yeah, that's a very powerful laptop because you're having a later generation. 11th gen, 2.4, it's really good. It will support everything. What I'm worried about is people who are having anything less than 7th gen, that is 6th, 4th, 3rd. Those, if they have anything less than 2.5, they'll really struggle. But if you're having an 8th gen and it's telling you it's 1.9, you're good. I know the technology, we have a booster technology currently that the processor gets throttled. Once it feels that it's reaching the cap, it will be throttled to around 3.5 gigahertz. So worry not, you're good. Back to you, Gatim.
With that, I will adjourn the meeting. Remember, if you have further questions, raise them in the WhatsApp channel and we'll get back to you. So thank you once again for joining, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next session. So just for a comment, for a confirmation, if you'd like to join the next session, please type a 1 as we go. Please type a 1 if you'd like to join the next session. Super. So I know we have interested a few more people to join us. So please inform your friends and see you in the next session. Good night and have a lovely weekend ahead.